Nice to see you
Hi.
again.
Hi. Good to be on your live here.
I
Hello,
know.
everybody.
Hi. So I was just giving you the introduction and saying how you're one of our incredible speakers at this event, and we're going to talk all about, building your empire. So I really just wanted you to come on here with me today so our audience can get to know you a little bit better and find out all about how to build their empire. So I would love if you maybe just introduce a little bit about you. I didn't tell them too much about you yet. So maybe just sharing, what it means to build an empire and how, you got to where you are now.
Oh, okay. Well, my name is Elena Cardone, and I'm married to Grant Cardone. A lot of people know who Grant Cardone is. He's the creator of the 10X movement, numerous books. He's going to be on season 2 of Undercover Billionaire. We've been married for 17 years, soon to be 18 years, have 2 kids. And we went on the verge of losing it all in 2008 to a tremendous amount of success that that I'm very happy and proud and unapologetic about having achieved thus far. So I wrote this book called Build an Empire, How to Have It All. And I give all of the secrets, all of the transparency of what it took being the woman beside the man and how we ran and operated and were able to get on the same page in order to achieve the heightened level of success that we have so far. So that's who I am. I want to help other couples fast track their way to success. I found that with a few little adjustments, you could really open the pathway to the upper stratospheres that previously, from my experience, it was those small little things that really kept us down and prevented us from gaining a yardage. I'm using a football term here. That was just, completely unnecessary when you really learn how to figure out how to work in a coordinated and collaborated effort together. You can really go a tremendous amount further than probably you even imagined.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. I love that you guys have worked together. Your book explains it all, really, how to do specific things in order to build and grow your empire. One thing I wanted to ask you actually about in this book is the list, because I feel like a key part in your empire you talk about all the time is, how, I guess, you use the analogy like 2 horses can go, what is the more distance
Yeah, the
than one?
Clydesdales.
Yes,
Those
thank you.
Clydesdales, the workhorse.
Yeah.
One workhorse can go can pull 8,000 pounds by himself. 2 horses can pull 24,000 pounds together. Those same 2 horses that have been trained to work in a coordinated manner, a coordinated and collaborated effort, can pull 32,000 pounds, the 2 of them. So they can't do it alone, and they can't do it if they're not trained to work in a coordinated manner. So I kind of took, well, when I heard that story and in fact Googled it, and it is true because it is on Google.
I'm gonna look at
But I really related to that because I feel like it exactly exemplifies what Grant and I were able to do if you wanted to categorize us as Clydesdale horses, except the difference is those are horses.
yeah.
I mean, and I'm not a horse, I'm a spiritual being, and so is my husband. So I believe the 2 of us and have reached 10x levels by working in a coordinated manner together, not just 4x.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love that. And I think it's so important. So I have one question, which I love the exercise in here of the list. So I think finding the right person, whether you're trying to find a lady or a gentleman, like depending on what side you're on, like if you're looking for a wife or a husband, the list to me was such a cool thing in this book. And I think you love talking about the list. So what advice would you say to someone who is looking for this other, partner and to do life with, to really be at that top level? How do you start with the list? What is the list?
Well, you start with the list. Everyone's heard of the normal list. You write down everything that you would want in your ideal partner. And what that does is you get to actually see it on paper. it makes you more focused and more clear to be able to see it when it's in front of your face in real life. And I say, don't get hung up on like I got hung up on the only two things on my list of over 100 attributes was I said 6'2" and green eyes. And that held me back from seeing Grant because he's got brown eyes and I think he's 5'8". So it prevented, so that held me back. But what I could have said is, you know, is handsome, charming, you know, charming eyes, or like, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. You can structure it different. So the thing about writing the list is you write the list of everything that you would want from that partner, whether it's in your marriage or from a business partner to hiring a housekeeper to having a friend. You can make this list with any role that you want in your life. The purpose of the second part of the list is the most important part. So let's say you see and you have this ideal person now in front of you. Now write the list from that person that you just wrote. Write his or her list of what their ideal partner would write on their list. And that's when you have the opportunity to see, wow, would I make that list? Am I short of those things? Do I succeed? Am I ahead in certain areas? And when I did that years ago before meeting Grant, I realized that the things he would have written on his list were not the things I was doing and being at that time in my 20s. So then I went on well, now I want to raise the bar for myself so that actually in the physical universe, he would actually be able to see me, because I would be that person who would, you know, who would be monogamous, who would want a family, who would be ethical with money, who would, you know, take care of herself, who would be physically fit, who would be healthy, you know, all the stuff that I think a guy would write on the list. And then how to, you know, doesn't do drugs, doesn't drink alcohol, like, you know, in excess. Well, at the time in my 20s, I could party, I could drink some shots of whiskey. So I just kind of went on, okay, let me become that woman. And it was immediately that I pulled in, that Grant like started pursuing me. Now it took me 13 months after that to be able to recognize him, because I made the biggest mistake. I wrote 6'2" and green eyes. But everything else on my list, ethically ambitious, loves his, you know, his mother, values women, respects women, you know, is fun, blah, 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 blah. I had this long list, and he met every single other criteria on the list.
Yeah, it's such a good point. I like that you even said you can do it for areas like people you need to hire for your household or whatever it is, so you actually get the ideal thing that you're looking for.
That's the thing, you know, it sounds so, you know, trivial, but for the longest time, I wasn't getting the right housekeeper. And, you know, and then I had to look at that, and I realized, well, I thought, oh, you know, I can't get what I want, because who would want to do that job? And that was a consideration that I had. So then I just made a list of everything I would want in the housekeeper, who would fit in, who would be like the family, who would take care of my stuff, who would feel like they're part of the family, blah, blah, blah. I wrote everything down. Who likes to work, who likes to create an environment to make us peaceful so that we can do what we want to do in our life, so that we can contribute. You know, they're a very important asset in our family, because they make the home clean and like clutter free for our minds. And then I wrote down, well, what would they want from an employer perspective? And, you know, that's when I was like, oh, they would want this, they would want that, they would want this. Someone who treats them with a high level of respect and acknowledges the importance of their role, and blah, 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 blah. And literally, I've had the same housekeeper for 7 years now, and, you know, going strong. But had I not written that list, I might be still operating with, well, who would want to do that for us? But you know, there are people out there that truly care about other people's well-being.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know, and I found that person.
Yeah, it was their purpose, right? That was like what she loves doing. It's like definitely the perfect role for them. And I really love that you said actually like, oh, like I had this consideration, because I feel like that happens so much to like me or whatever in my own life. Sometimes you like create these considerations and then you like don't get what you want, and then I'm like, oh, but like if I just change the viewpoint, or did the list, I could like remove that block and bam, get that housekeeper or whatever.
Right. And like consistency of work and, you know, the health benefits and whatever. And like, you know, wow, if and someone who, you know, I'm never going to yell and berate and put somebody down. Like that's actually not something I should take for granted. That's actually something that people find valuable. So, you know, when I looked at, wow, what I can give in exchange for that, it's a comparable exchange, you know, and I like to exchange in abundance. So, you know, if I want to exchange in abundance and her to exchange in abundance. So anyway, yeah, it was very interesting for me to be able to acknowledge, you know, who I am to work for as well.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 100%. So I think that's amazing. I absolutely love your content. So if whoever's watching, I do want to just say on December 6th, so that's this Sunday, Elena is doing an incredible segment at a virtual event that the Modern Day Wife is hosting in collaboration with Project You. It's a virtual brunch and learn. Yes, it's going to be so much fun, filled with tons of great speakers, and we have a whole expo where you can shop for holiday gifts. But Elena, your segment is all on this amazing content around your book, Build an Empire. And we literally, I don't want to give it all away, but I did want to like, you know, pick your brain a little bit. And I feel like you sharing what you just shared about the list was, you know, complete fire. Like everything you always communicate is such good advice that people are willing to listen and take it. So I just want to thank you for joining me for a few minutes to do this incredible live. And I want to invite anyone who's watching to purchase their ticket for this event so they can hear the full segment of you. I don't want to give all of it away, but you know, you got to have a little teaser so they come to the event.
Definitely. It's going to be a smoke fire event. I'm so glad you asked me to be a part of it. There's so many incredible women speakers that you're having. And I can't wait to tune in myself and hear the golden nuggets from everyone.
Absolutely. And so before we leave, I did just want to acknowledge that you yourself had an amazing group that you have called 10X Ladies. So you meet once a week. That's correct, on Wednesdays, right?
Yes, it's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I put all of the talks or the gatherings that we have every Wednesday on a site called elenacardone.biz if you want to catch them there after the fact. But if you want to join that group live, go to 10xladies.com/network. It's free. It's women from around the globe, and we meet every Wednesday and discuss various things.
I love it. I love it. So definitely join this network. It's incredible. I've attended the calls myself. I always feel fired up after them. And I love that you even said it's like these are your friends on this call. You guys are all there on the same purpose to learn and get better. So it's super inspiring. It's not negative at all. It's very positive. And I feel like I remember specifically on a recent call, you were saying, wow, doesn't everyone feel better just from being on this call? And it was like, actually, yeah, like I do feel better, you know? So I definitely just love this group that you've created with 10X Ladies. Everyone who's following the Modern Day Wife page has to join your page, and definitely come to the event on the 6th. Thank you so much, Elena, for doing this live with me. And I cannot wait for us to collaborate more because I love what you're doing. And I just love the mission of, you know, build an empire. It's really solid information in there.
Awesome. And I just want to tell official Elizabeth that once again, it's 10xladies.com/network. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, perfect. We can, I'll put I'm going to save this live to the Modern Day Wives page. So I will put your website in there for people to sign up and the link to get tickets for Sunday. So I'll do that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.
Yes.
Bye.
Enjoy your Friday. Bye.
Oh, you too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.